Hi, I'm Jacob Adams. I'm a fitness and leadership coach. I help people just like you get to the next level, whether it's getting that personal record, burning fat, building muscle, dialing in on your nutrition program, your supplement regimen, everything from omegas, proteins to high nootropics. On YouTube, my focus is on developing a championship mindset, psychology, relationship strategies, anything to help us get to the next level in all the areas that count. Over the last 2 to 3 years, I've been making videos that range in anything from, just getting started on YouTube to there is no failure, just feedback, friends with benefits, when to walk away, sexual transmutation, videos about Jordan Peterson and self-authoring, everything to do about triggers and how to analyze them, the faith, overcoming, how to double down on our strengths, trusting the process. Yesterday I made a review on collagen and a product I've used. I've reviewed supplements in Advocare, products I've sold. There's so many topics that I've covered, whether it's abortion or infanticide, why they banned Milo Yiannopoulos. The topics that I've covered have been extensive, okay? Connecting the dots in itself, the list goes on and on. In over 300 videos, I've covered so many topics. Even how to recognize toxic friends. Like, there's been so many topics that today I wanted to get on here and not necessarily have a topic. I could say, typically when I do this, I label it Connecting the Dots. So I'll go ahead and label this Connecting the Dots Volume 25 or so. Connecting the Dots is a newsletter I started in 2014, and it made it into about 19 different printed versions on a newsletter. And as I got more comfortable and moved into video, I just started focusing on videos. So today I don't really have a topic as much as I know I want to trust the process. I have energy to share, and I have a lot going on within me that any one topic isn't necessarily going to do it justice. Let's start with 2 topics. Let's start with the concept of feeding the beast and the drift is the gift. Let's start with these 2 topics. Feeding the beast, a lot of the times, is about feeding your mind the things that you need to empower you to strike up belief in yourself and to ignite confidence so that you are moving forward in the areas of your life that count, okay? Starving the doubt is to do everything that prevents you from moving forward. So let's just say this video here, this is a way of feeding the beast, because I could have made a video on Clear Mood, right? Reviewing Clear Mood and how my dad used to say it removed the butterflies from his mind, right? I could have done that. But I wanted to get on here and just really be free of any kind of structure, free of any kind of script, free of any kind of anything. Most of my videos do have a structure, sort of a beginning, middle, and end, an idea of where I want to hit. This particular video does not. So feeding the beast. One of the things that I do to feed the beast every morning, and this is a tip from Grant Cardone, is to write down your goals, the same goals every day. Make them big goals and really feed your soul. It's almost like you're feeding your soul these objectives, these purposes, these alignments. And you could say that in doing that, you start strengthening and falling into place in your life, okay? So just by simply writing the goal, it could be to, I want to reach out to people like yourself and make a connection with people like yourself that are in alignment with me. That's one of my goals, right? Now, someone could say, well, it can never be done. It's going to take a lot of videos. You don't know how to market the channel. You don't know, maybe there's an algorithm that's preventing you from reaching the people. Like, there's so many different potential, mindsets as to what's going to happen or what won't happen, etc. And, while that is true, the formula is to feed the beast. The formula is to continuously feed that empowered part of you and to starve the doubt. So what are you doing to starve the doubt in your life? Maybe there's something that you are like kind of buying within yourself, some sort of doubt that you're buying within yourself. You know, like if you've been watching some of the videos I've been making, the last 45 days have fucking kicked my ass in almost every possible way. Family problems, my dad passes away, personal problems, financial struggle with my business. Like, it's been one thing after another, enough to make somebody, I think, go crazy. But the thing is that while that is true, like there's a resilience within me that is choosing to believe, that is choosing to fight, that is choosing to understand that the drift is the gift. Meaning, as Joel Osteen says, that the enemy wouldn't be trying so hard to stop you if he didn't know you were destined for greatness. You know, that's the general idea. And so someone could say, like, all of these things are just, you know, symptoms of bad luck. But if you take another perspective, like Joel Osteen is a very successful, very well-known pastor, he's saying, believe in your heart that this is the setup of God. Believe in your heart that the winds that are trying to push you back are really going to propel you forward. And as you can see here, with the ignition that has occurred, even from the beginning of this video to now, there's something stirring with me, some sort of intrinsic life stirring within me as I say that. The words are transferring into my consciousness, into my soul, into my subconscious, igniting my spirit, right? Now, someone could say, oh, yada, 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 yada. But at the same time, you know, while there's critics, naysayers, and haters, you know, if you take a moment to understand that you just witnessed the power of feeding the beast right in front of you. All you have to do is rewind the video from where I started casually, and now as I started speaking belief into myself, listening to a message spoken by Joel Osteen, that it's not a setback, it's a setup. You start seeing the ignition. So you're seeing the beast being fed right in front of you. I ate a big roast beef sandwich. I'm visualizing my workout. I know what video I'm going to post. It's going to be Corella's Play Hard with a push jerk, with a split jerk, and I'm going for like 225 pounds. You know, I'm looking to push the envelope today in the weight room, right? It's 120. I can visualize myself. Maybe I'll put a hypnosis track on before I leave. I'll lay down, put a hypnosis track, and I'll go to the gym and I'll push that weight, and then I'll train some clients, and I'll promote the products, the trim products, the new products that I'm using. I'll put on my weight belt. I'll be looking to see if it's closing, if I'm losing some inches there, and all of these things, you know, are moving forward. There's things that are not moving in the direction I want them to. Like I have some inventory that I need to move, and it's slower. It's been a slower month in average, right? In that, but like, it's just like, if I really believe it's a setup and not a setback, like I have to know that on a level of faith. I have to believe in grace, right? And so these are the kind of things that this energy, this spiritual understanding that the world is not necessarily going to like, but the world depends on. Like, the world is being driven in the background by people like you and me that have the courage to believe, the courage to have faith, the courage to know deep within that God's divine hand is in control, right? And so that's the whole thing there, that like speaking like this is in itself an act of rebellion, because we're speaking at the levels of the unseen. We're speaking at the levels of not having a logical understanding. Like, and that's the thing, like Grant Cardone was talking about. Like, you have to be willing to believe in these things outside of your own doubts, outside of the haters and naysayers and critics, outside of your own doubt. Now, let's take a look at the next idea, which is the drift is the gift. You know, I talked about how the last 45 days have been truly challenging on every level to me. The drift is a gift is a concept that means... I wasn't even wearing my mic. You fucking kidding me right now? I hope this video comes through, dude. Shit. I wasn't wearing my mic. The drift is the gift. Okay. So the drift is the gift. I'm not going to remake it. I'm going to upload the motherfucker. Okay. So in any case, I can't, that's not scripted, dude. I'm not going to be able to get all that magic again. Like, you know, you're crazy. You're crazy. Hopefully those of you that want the message got it. Those of you that didn't, you know, you're gonna complain about the fact that that first part of the audio wasn't everything you needed it to be. The drift is a gift. So the last 45 days have been extremely challenging, right? Okay, that's true. That's true. While that's true, while they have been extremely challenging, it goes into the concept of it's not a setback, it's a setup. So if you're willing to analyze the depths of a trigger, of a situation, you can gain insight as to, you know what? I'm actually being set up to be a stronger person. I'm actually seeing the resilience within me. I'm actually seeing how much of a champion I am. I'm really being put to the test here to see what I'm capable of. I'm really seeing everything I am, and that's what this drift is doing. That's what this 45 days have done, is allowed me to see how strong, how much resilience I have within me. And in that sense, it's a gift of awareness. It's a gift of awakening. It's a gift of strength being developed. It's a gift of love, right? And so the drift is the gift, right? You know, recently I was dating someone who I really liked, and that person needed to, you know, move on. You could say they needed to move on for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. The reason's not the point. But, you know, maybe they needed to move to another city or whatever. Like they weren't going to be able to date me because of their own personal life, right? We'll leave it at that. And, you know, that was challenging. That was a challenging bit of information. But at the same time, it's like, hey, that's okay though. Like that is okay. That isn't, there was nothing wrong in that person doing that. There isn't anything wrong in that. But if you can, like, after that person, let's say they move on, right? It leaves me to search within self as to what has developed over the course of knowing this person within myself. What have I become in this process? And that is what remains, right? And in that process of examining self, that development of self is a gift to be developed, a gift to be grateful for, a gift to expand upon, right? So anyways, I hope that makes some sense. So that's one situation. Let me give you another one situation. Let's say I talked about how my father passed away. These are his ashes here. These are his ashes right here. You know, what good came of that? You know, when I would see my dad in person, I mean, I always breathe like that because it's heavy. It's heavy to talk about it. Every time I would see my dad in person, my heart would go out to him because I felt he wasn't living his best life. I felt he was really struggling on some level to make it, to get by on his health, and he was struggling. He had diabetes. He had his own struggles, you know, and even as I say that, like, there's a level of somberness that falls on me. And, you know, it's made me really look inwardly and to see how much connection I have with him on a spiritual level. It's made me look within myself to say, you know, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? How do I want to live? How do I want to be known? And like, these are real questions. Like, these are real questions. They're not shitty little questions like, what do I want to eat today? And, oh, I'll take a #1 with cheese. Like, I mean, that's fine that you ask that. And even if you say that, I'm just saying, like, these are the questions that will define your legacy. These are the questions that will change your behavior and mold your behavior. I mean, it's part of the reason I'm on this video now, right? It's because I'm choosing to live a certain way. I'm choosing to be a certain type of person. I'm choosing to speak in a certain way. I'm choosing to stand up to the plate and be a man and be a leader and be an entrepreneur and be a coach, right? Those are the things I'm choosing to be because I'm asking the question, what do I want to do the remainder of my life? And so the drift is the gift, meaning, yes, it threw me for a loop to lose my dad. It's been one of the hardest phases of my life, you know? And when you stack up on top of that, like, you know, Advocare, I wanted to be a Ruby leader with Advocare. You know, on May 15th, I got a email saying, or May 16th, I got an email saying, look, that's not an option anymore. That's no longer gonna be an option. We're gonna get rid of that as an option. You know, that was making like $80,000 a month with supplement sales and Advocare as a team leader. A year, I mean. And so like, that was one of my goals and I never got that. And so it led me to say, well, like, okay, so what do I want to do now? Now that that's not going to happen, do I get a new job? Do I move away to another city? Do I start with another company? you know, what do I want to create? And it left this place of a void in a way, where I had to ask myself, what do I want to create? Who do I want to be? And in asking those questions, like what I want to be is someone great, right? And so it leads me to diet more, to work on my nutrition more, to train harder, to impact clients more, to ask myself how I could reach people like yourself through this video. Like, those are the questions that are being asked. Like, what do I want to create? Well, I want to create a better YouTube channel. As you can see here, the drift is the gift. That makes sense. It's making me dig deeper, like on the deepest of deeps, right? It doesn't mean there's nothing else I want to do, but it definitely means I want to do this, right? Okay, let's just say another thing. You know, I had some injuries, you know, because I was lifting so heavy from December to like the beginning of March. I was lifting so heavy that some of my knee had issues because of all of the weight. I mean, I was moving large amounts of weight. And so while my body was looking great and thick and muscular, you know, and I really liked the way it looked, like my body was saying, look, dude, like, I'm going to slow you down a little bit. And it did. My body slowed me down. It really did. So, like, it left me to reevaluate my methods, reevaluate my strategies, understand my body more, and really look to see how I could dial in and improve the strategies. Like, this is what the drift does. It could either make you or break you. It can either take you into a same growth pattern that you never grow out of, or it can make you really improve who you want to be. That's what the drift will do. It'll make you really improve who you want to be if you use it correctly, if you use the drift correctly, if you analyze it. And so I'll leave you with that concept, the feeding of the beast. The drift is the gift. And I think it's a good place to end this video. It's already 17 minutes in. Today is Tuesday. It's July 2nd, 2019. You know, it's time to work out. I'm going to do a quick hypnosis. I already ate, go to the gym, work out, and get ready for the evenings where I train my clients. It's time to get it. It's time to do good things. Below, I'll place a link for you to get the Lean Body System with Modere. It's a system that I'm using myself. My sister just got it. Some clients have just got it. And as you can see here, you know, I promised myself that July would be the month where I brought it, where I really focused, where I really dialed in. And here we are doing that, talking about feeding the beast. The drift is a gift. This is Connecting the Dots, volume 25. And I hope you enjoy the product below. With my code, you do save $10 and I get a little $10 credit. So, you know, we both win there. This is Jacob Adams. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask them, you know. Don't feel shy. Don't feel like I won't answer them. I do respond as soon as I see them. I kind of check the notifications on the YouTube channel once a day usually. You know, I will get to your question usually. So don't be shy. You know, anything you have to talk about, think about, comment below and share the ideas. This is Connecting the Dots, volume 25. I'm Jacob Adams. See you next time. Peace.